Hello, everybody, and welcome to Misscliks D&D Seaborn. How are all you people doing today?
Good, how are you?
Very good. I'm excited. My wife arrives in 1 week, less than a week. She'll be here this time next
You
week.
got a mail order bride, so she's.
I was gonna say, did you order
You should have gotten the expedited shipping.
She's on her way from Thailand right now. It'll be great. I'm
You don't
excited.
have Amazon Prime? What's going on?
You know, they don't do
Amazon
international
Prime.
shipping overnight. That's the problem. Next time.
Just kidding, Lauren. I know you're not a mail order bride.
So that's my entire life right now, is just waiting for my wife to get back. I'm super excited.
Aww,
Aw.
that's sweet.
hmm
Where does she go to?
She is in Thailand right now. I was with her in Thailand up until February, and before that we were in Vietnam together for a year. So I've been back home working while she's off exploring and traveling and going dancing and going on meditation retreats and hanging out on tropical islands and making friends and crashing people's bonfire parties and having a great time while I'm back here working. So
Blame Thailand's internet, right?
yeah, stupid Thailand. But what about the rest of you guys?
I'm in the middle of moving, so my locations will be changing ever so much every couple days.
Are you in your new house yet?
No, I'm staying with a friend because my new arrangements didn't go through as well as planned, so I'm making different arrangements now. And I'm about to go to Boston, so I have a cat, and I didn't want her to just kind of hang out somewhere that I didn't know. So I'm at a friend's back home.
Nice.
So not too bad, but yeah.
Moving is the worst.
The worst. I agree.
I did not have my Dice Camera Action D&D show today, so this is my first D&D today. So I'm like jonesing, having withdrawals already. So I'm stoked to play, and I'm getting ready for PAX East. I leave tomorrow morning.
Yay.
Yeah, to do a workshop with Any, which is an organization that I would dare call it a sister organization with Misscliks, maybe. But it's the organization that's come out of Intel's diversity initiative that Morgan Romine from Bragg Dolls and TL Taylor, the games scholar sociologist, put together to help develop initiatives around diversity and inclusivity in gaming. So they're doing a workshop, which I don't think is secret. Hopefully it's not.
Don't tell anyone.
Yeah. And yeah, then I'm doing PAX East with the return of PJ Salton, which is like everything I've been working on most of this month, which our own V Parlor 5 is going to be competing in.
Oh, man.
Winning it. No, just kidding. Maybe.
You're supposed to be PJ Salton. You're supposed to be like, yeah, of course I'm winning it.
You wrecked them.
I am going to wreck.
Yeah. But I did not just randomly pick V. She submitted an awesome submission video, which made DJ Wheat cackle at his desk.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It did. The part you have, like, she submitted a video where she had, like, at one point a Chewbacca mask on, and you were just like chewy noising. And for some reason that just like really tickled his funny bone. He really
Yeah, that mask is pretty great.
yeah.
Well, what about you, Hirona? How's it going?
Good, just busy. Actually, last week when I was on here, I was trying my best to mute myself because I've been having the worst cold I think I've had in 10 years. So I've been doing a lot of traveling the past couple of months, and it finally caught up with me, and I had a horrible cold, and so I feel better now, and just doing a lot of drawing, catching up on a lot of commission work that I do on my channel, and a lot of contract work I do for some creative agencies here in Portland. Nothing too exciting. But the weather here is perfect.
I heard it was 85 degrees today.
Yeah, I have a fan on in here because like a typical Portland home that was built in like the 20s to 50s, this place doesn't have air conditioning. So I'm hanging out, kind of stewing in my sweat, just enjoying. But like, it's gorgeous outside. It's green and it's sunny, and everything's blooming. So I want to go outside, but I don't know. I'm stuck to my computer.
Just go outside and get your 20 minutes of vitamin D. You're good.
I'm just like, oh, too many freckles, and then I'll come back inside and
Nice.
can't let my tattoos get ruined. They're too expensive. Yeah.
Well, Jeffrey, what's going on with you?
Jeffrey, you guys make me appreciate a nice, normal life of just sitting around playing computer games. Two new ones come out, Dark Souls 3 and Danganronpa 2. Been playing both of them. And look forward to Boston in a few days.
Yeah, see you there.
Yep.
Woo! Cool. So, does anyone want to recap for some experience where we left off last week? Does anyone remember?
We were right outside of the pyramid.
What
Yeah.
pyramid?
The
Isn't that
pyramid.
the lizard
The
man.
one with the ship inside.
Yeah, there's treasure and there's a ship that I kind of think it has to be a flying ship of some sort, which I don't know how that's going to work, but
Dude.
to get out of the middle of the island and so we can get off this island, we have a dead body somewhere in some bushes that we
Oh,
might
yeah.
use for later. And
How did we kill that dead body? What happened to it?
well,
Leeches.
There were
Leeches.
leeches in the swamp to get to the
Yep, here we
pyramid.
are on Leech Island.
Yeah.
Island kind of sucks. But it's okay, we'll get off of it as soon as we get this flying ship in the pyramid.
We
And
should
then
also-
Albert. We can't forget about Albert.
How we learned about this flying pyramid was good old Bruno is the only one who can read in this party, so we found some books on a skeleton, or near a skeleton, in a tar pit.
Rub in your reading, why don't ya? Gosh.
We were searching for Albert. We thought he might
Read
be this-
something since he doesn't do much in battle.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, the
Sorry, practicing my PJ Salton early.
Oh.
Well, to be fair, Trump, you did lay down in battle to play dead and then get dead.
That was a while ago. We can forget it.
Yeah,
As far
and
as you guys know, I heroically fell in combat.
that's true. That's
Okay.
true.
And what do you guys know about this pyramid? Do you know anything about it?
Well, we have all the information that was in the book that Bruno's been reading. Information, I mean, he said it's pretty dangerous, so it's pretty dangerous.
We can only be there in the afternoon, not in the
yeah.
morning and not at night.
I think the morning and the night thing is mostly the lizard men sleeping pattern. I
I'd
think,
anticipate that lizard men would be there too. Like that's like their active.
yeah, I think the lizard men sleep during the afternoon.
Gotcha.
All right.
Okay.
Well, without further ado, let's hop into game.
We should, before we hop into game, can we do a quick, like, one sentence recap of each character? Just
Good
in case?
idea.
I am Maribel. I am a half Minotaur warrior, decked out with weapons, and I like logic. Go Trump.
Did we get experience last week? The same question I ask every week. I think we didn't.
I don't remember getting experience.
But while you're thinking about that, Neil, and don't worry, I keep detailed notes now. We got it on the 29th, and we got it on the 5th. We did not get it on the 12th.
Okay. Let's make some math up.
Anyways, I'm Bruno, and I am a very powerful wizard when I'm not playing bongos. I am in the middle of memorizing or learning a spell that will bewilder all of you with its powerful magic. It just takes a few more days for me to learn.
Oh yeah, weren't you supposed to be learning something that would lead us to Dark Albert or something?
No.
No, it was some kind of special. He wanted some sap,
Yeah.
right? So that he can do some big miraculous thing.
Yes.
didn't tell us
my new
what?
spell does
Oh, we also
require-
wanted him to communicate with the lizard man that we had captured.
That will
we had
take some
buried
more
him
time.
That's what I was waiting on, was the lizard man communication. Okay. Who are you, V?
Oh, she muted herself.
You're muted.
Sorry. I'm Trellis, and I am kind of still a mystery, but I'm really good with a bow, and I am now captain. And I'm nice to the party, but anybody who crosses our path in a bad way, they definitely feel wrath from me. And that is all so far you know about me.
And our guest, Torona. Who are
Right.
you?
I am Rufus, I am a halfling, and I was actually rescued by Maribel. And in the beginning, I was actually pretty timid and just kind of scared of everything that's going on. But now I'm getting my bearings, and I feel that my group is learning that I'm brave and I want to prove myself. I like to be sneaky, and I have coats full of miscellaneous daggers.
Yeah.
Okay, everyone gets 500 experience for last week's adventures.
Cool.
Mark that down. And everyone gets 50 experience for today's recaps. Mark that down.
Sorry, you said 550?
Yes, 550.
Nice. We should do team recaps more often.
Okay, so we start in the swamp, right next to the pyramid, which is inside this lovely hill that we have marked here on the map for everyone to see.
Right. We had just finished gathering some tar so that we could get torches because we didn't have any.
Right.
As some of the front people shine the torches into the pyramid, Bruno kind of speaks up. Hey, are we sure we want to go into this pyramid thing? Besides, we're kind of looking for Albert, right? And he's clearly not here.
Why are you changing your mind at this last moment?
It's not the last moment. I alluded to it last week.
Weren't you the one who wanted to get the ship out of the pyramid?
Yes, but shouldn't we get Albert so that Albert can help us get the ship out?
She is right. You did rush us. Like, really rush us to get in here.
What do you mean? I didn't rush. We were taking our time. And we were just, I considered this a scouting thing. First of all, I thought that Albert might be here. Without Albert, the pyramid might be too dangerous for us, after all.
Maribel, who has distinctively low willpower, is convinced by this and says, yes, where should we start looking for Dark Albert? Do you have any ideas?
Well...
Dark Albert could be inside this pyramid.
No, because we just checked around and there are no big tracks.
Dark Albert does not leave big tracks.
But the lizard men would.
This is true.
So it seems like we need to hunt down some lizard men and make sure all of Neil's preparation is wasted.
But I thought we were waiting until you knew how to talk to the lizard men to talk to the lizard men, and until then we were going to find the ship.
No, I don't think the lizard men are going to be able to... Are the talking type. We should probably just kill them.
You lied to us about being able to talk to them?
No, I said I'd be able to talk to them in a week.
Well, then in a week they will be the talking type. Correct?
By then, Albert will be dead.
What? Do you know something about Albert's death?
Well, I mean, Albert's with lizard men, and lizard men seem to kill and or eat people. As I know, I point towards my leg. And we don't want Albert to become a meal. We want to savor him for ourselves.
I look at Trellis and I say, Captain, what think you of this change?
Well, you've traveled with him longer than I. What do you think? Well, in my second command, I look heavily to your opinion on this.
Maribel seems deeply troubled by this, and she kind of like dances uneasily on both of her hooved feet. She kind of looks around and she says, finding Dark Albert is of paramount importance. However, I feel deep inside me that there is no possible way we might be able to find Dark Albert this week, let alone today. So, something inside me tells me, Captain, that we must wait until Bruno can talk to the lizard men, or until we have better clues as to the whereabouts of our friend.
Well, I think I agree with you, and since you've been a worthy foe in battle, or worthy adversary in battle, I'm sorry. We are going to go inside the pyramid. Okay,
just one thing before we do. Maribel, I kind of look at Maribel. Maribel has that glowing green coral sword.
I don't think it glows, but the coral sword, yeah.
Is it?
I pat it proudly.
Trellis, you don't happen to have one of those, right? Because otherwise, that monster in the temple, we might not be able to get past it.
A what?
A glowing magic sword thingy. or a bow which might have magical arrows or something. Because if you just use normal weapons, I think we're not going to get very far against this. Well, these notes I read, they talk of a monster which can't be defeated through normal physical
Well,
means.
where do you find this magic sword? Does it say in your book?
Oh, well, there's one in there from the last guy who tried to get in there and kind of died.
Well, then we'll find it when we get in there.
Maribel kind of snorts and she says, "You did not mention this monster to me previously.
Oh, it's because I didn't know we were going in.
What kind of monster is it? Describe."
It's a mist.
Wait,
I cannot shoot a mist.
Exactly. That's why we need magic swords and or bows and or magic, like Albert.
Rufus is very confused by
I
Bruno.
don't suppose in that shirt of daggers you have, any of those are magical.
I happen to have an magic dagger, but I'm not too sure how it'll be useful.
Oh, you have one. That's good news.
Yeah, we will see how it works. It's a very tricky dagger.
Is the obsidian dagger that I picked up have any magic properties to it? Or is it the one I got from the previous captain? Neil?
Does anyone have a way of detecting magic?
I look very hard at it and I say, "I cannot tell."
Where did you find it?
Off of the last captain. I took his belongings.
Some of
I am
the
able
crew
to do that.
members shift uncomfortably when you talk about taking the dead captain's stuff.
I am able to do that.
I look over to them and say, "No worries. I didn't take his trousers or anything like that. I took his dagger. It's useful to us in battle. Would you rather it go wasted?" And I kind of question them.
There's some shaking heads and a couple people murmur quietly, "No, no."
All right, then. Simmer down.
Anyways, hand it over the dagger, and I'll be able to discern whether or not it has any magical properties. As I kind of wait expectantly for Charles to hand over the dagger, I look around the sailors and I kind of think about which one of those seems like they were close to the captain, like a previous first mate or a commanding officer of some sort.
There's no officers here, but there are, I think you have 8 people left. You've only met these people for the last day and a half, and you haven't been very social with them, so you don't know anything about them.
Pick someone who doesn't look like a greenhorn.
Okay.
While he's doing that, I hand over the dagger reluctantly.
Just one moment, Trellis. And I need to get a little bit of privacy in order to discern the magics. And you, come with me. I point towards a sailor.
All right. Sailor comes along with you. Where do you go?
Just off to the side a little bit, not too far away,
Okay.
but out of earshot.
Just
Or-
you and this guy. His name is Doug.
Doug? Okay,
Bye,
Doug.
Doug.
Doug, a little bit of information if I could. Do you know if your captain had any magical daggers on him?
He nods slowly and goes, "Yeah, that one in your hand."
Oh, it is magical.
Uh-huh.
How do you know this?
Well, yeah, sail with someone long enough, you learn these things, but also he wore it proudly, proclaimed that it was magical.
I see. Do you know what it does?
Not particularly. I just know.
I'm listening into their conversation a little bit, but I don't let it be known. I just have an ear towards the conversation.
That's fine. I am purposely trying to keep out of having these people hear my magical detection abilities.
He called it Heart Carver and spoke of it often.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. Kind of mutter to him. Back's turned to the party.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just turned back and proclaimed to Trellis, "Aha! Well, this is good news indeed. This dagger is magical."
So what kind of magic does it do then? And I look at him questioningly, but like not really falling for what he has to say.
You see, it seems to have some particularly good power when you stab someone with it. Perhaps their heart stops. Perhaps. This is not a perfect science here. As magic
When
is
I
not a
stab
perfect
somebody, and I have already grabbed the dagger back from him, and I'm just kind of like twirling it in my hand, but pointing it towards him.
I'm a bit confused by a dagger that can stop hearts, considering the fact that if you stab anyone hard enough, you can stop them with a dagger.
This is a very good point, Rufus.
I may have taken a few liberties here. What I can tell you is that my magical reading has discerned that this dagger's name is Heartstopper.
One of the other crew members speaks up. No, it's not. The captain always called it Heart Carver.
Heart Carver, rather. You see, not a perfect science, like I say.
It seems like a very inaccurate science, if a science at all.
Like a very literal name for a dagger.
Yeah, but you can kind of see for yourself what it does. I'm going to just guess it does a little bit more damage when you stab someone with it. That is my professional opinion.
Well, considering that we now have a magic dagger and a magic sword, is this enough to satisfy you against the monster we might face inside this pyramid?
I kind of look at them too. Do I think that they're wounded in any way? And you can just tell me whether you're wounded.
I am a bit. I'm like...
I am a little bit.
Well, as you know, I'm still near death. So if you two think that you can take it on, and perhaps our halfling friend here with her magical dagger, or his magical dagger, then maybe we'll be good. I think the crew, though, we're going to want to stay away from it. We don't want to get sucked into the mist.
Okay.
This is a fair point. I think we should wait until we are healed. In the meantime, we should search for clues. And I start looking for clues.
We can certainly
Like, literally
go
where
into
I am,
it
I
a
just
little
start.
bit, because only deep within the pyramid is the monster, I believe.
You also have that map that you found in the back of the book. In fact, if all of you look on Roll20, under the tab that kind of looks like a folded up newspaper in the upper right, its alt text is journal, you'll see a pyramid map underneath your handouts. For those of you that are illiterate, it will show up as kind of garbled text.
Curve was nerby. That's what the label says.
Dins.
Dutal Neff. I like Kerr was nerby the best.
I point at the top of it. You see this? This is where we are. It's called the entrance.
Yes, I know what an entrance is, small man.
Well, I would know since you can't read.
Yes, because I cannot read it does not mean I do not understand it.
So over there on the bottom, that's, I think, where the monster will be.
Is that what these strange inscriptions say?
They say pit and vault room is where monsters are, generally.
This curly looking place, does this represent some sort of tree as a secret entrance?
Who knows?
Perhaps we should walk this direction and find out if there is something of that nature.
Maybe we should check the other direction. They went left. We can go right.
I start charging over to where, from looking at this map, I think the tree would be, Neil.
You find a series of bushes with a body stashed in it.
I have found our dead body. And then I keep looking under it and around it to see if there's any entrance type place.
Dirt with some grasses on it. Some beetles crawling around underneath, maybe ladybug.
Maribel, are you looking for the entrance? It's right here.
Yes, that is where the entrance is. However, I was looking for a second entrance, though I do not know why. Are we looking for clues for where to find Dark Albert? I grow impatient with doing nothing.
Well, we are at a crossroads. There's two things we can do. One, we can hunt down the lizard men, which is probably where Albert is. Two, if you're feeling particularly adventurous, we can go into this pyramid and perhaps scope it out a little.
You did say you wanted to heal before you go in. Which is it? Are we going head first in?
Perhaps we should rest on the beach for approximately 10 days and then return.
But then Dark Albert will be...
Then let us go find clues for Dark Albert! And I just start running into the forest.
Into
I
the
run
swamp?
after. I'm scared. I don't want to be left without
I
her.
don't go very far. I just start like running away from the party and then start
Wait, there are leeches in there.
I keep
Maribel.
leeches.
And I kind
I
of yell
stop when
after
they call
Maribel.
me, and I just stand there kind of like rocking back and forth on my hose and being like, let us find Dark Albert. Our friend may be in trouble.
He may be in trouble, but there's nothing we can do for him now. We have no idea where he is, and we do need to secure passage out of here. So it seems that you guys are very misinformed, very confused on what to do. We will rest for the day, and tomorrow we're going in the pyramid, and that's final. And
Yes,
I
Captain.
just give everybody a look.
And then I immediately drop onto the ground and rest.
Especially since tomorrow I might have finished learning my very powerful spell.
I'm snoring as he says that.
Well, I guess we're resting for the day, but since we have a whole day, I am going to search for more herbs because I am determined to have some health.
All right. Give me that herbalism check again. One more time.
Can you? I sent you a message, but sorry.
Yes. I see
Yes.
the message now. Very important message.
Very important message. What is my roll for herbalism? It is.
It's going to be a D20 plus 10, and you want to get a 21 or higher. Success! You
Finally.
find a whole clutch of healing
Gather.
herbs.
Gather.
Gather them up.
Alright.
How do I send you files? Skype. I don't have you on Skype.
You do.
I do. I lied. There you go.
You do. Okay.
Cool. So you now have a clutch of healing herbs. Your healing guy with you. Your doctor with you.
Yeah, I give them all to him to use to make up for when we need it.
Right. Okay. Let's see what happens during the day while you guys wait to go into the pyramid. 83.
So are we waiting at camp or at the pyramid?
That's a good question. Where are you guys waiting?
Where to, Captain?
We just find to rest. We're just going to find some kind of secluded bushes nearby that are hidden, not next to the dead body, because we don't need to smell that, but kind of away from that and hidden so that if anybody comes at us, then we'll see them.
Okay. You have 8 sailors plus the 4 of you, so you've got a party of 12. It's going to be hard to hide the entire party in a close
separate.
area. All right, so you spread out a little bit.
Yeah, we spread out in different areas so that we're more hidden.
Okay.
I was still sleeping on the ground. Does someone wake me up?
Yeah, I go over and kind of gently rub Maribel's back and get her to come with me.
I respond very well to this method of waking up, and I like sweetly stand up and say, "Yes, Captain," immediately. And where did you send me?
I brought you over with us. We as a group stay together.
Okay.
Okay. Rufus, you're hanging out a few hours later, minding your own business, trying to take a nap in this horrid swamp, when you feel something slithering against your leg.
I'm very startled by this, but my instincts is to immediately grab one of my daggers and go to stab for it.
All right. Make me a roll to hit. D20 plus, I don't remember your modifier off the top of my head.
Which one is it? My hit point, or wait.
Your D20 plus 1. Yeah, because you're stabbing.
Okay. Oh, I did it wrong. So sorry.
Ah, yes. Slash R.
Got it.
Very nice. Wow. Armor class.
Hit it.
You actually critical the poor beast. Roll me.
Poor beast.
Yes.
What
is it?
Roll me 2d4 damage.
Okay. Is it wait D what? D
2d4.
2d4. Yes.
literally 2D plus 4.
2d4 plus 1.
So you're rolling 2 4-sided dice.
Yes.
Okay. I hope this is right.
That is correct. You
Cool.
stab the giant boa constrictor for 6 points of damage. And the boa constrictor, which was happy to leave you alone and just move on down the road, turns to face you with a
Do I notice any of this? Do any of us notice?
Not yet. Right now, it's just the two of you. So would you please roll me a d10 for initiative? And we'll see how this fares. Just a d10 for me, please, Rufus. All right. The boa constrictor goes first. Rufus hasn't said anything yet. He just quickly stabbed the boa constrictor, but it begins to slither towards him and try to wrap itself around Rufus. What is your armor class, Mr. Rufus?
Let me see. I have to look. Hold on.
Yeah.
Armor class 13.
Ooh, okay. So it begins to coil around one of your legs and wrap its way towards you, but you slip your feet out just in time before the body closes around your ankle, trapping it for good. Meanwhile, its head lashes out at you and bites you. Luckily, these creatures are not venomous, but you take 2 points of damage as the constrictor snaps at you with its teeth.
Are you still being quiet while this is happening?
No, I immediately am screaming out as soon as I get bit, and I am swearing.
I hear this and immediately run to her aid.
Okay. Rufus, it is your turn right now. Everyone else can join in at the end of the round.
All right, another initiative?
Yes.
Thank you,
No,
Karen.
another. It's just your turn. You can make an
Okay.
attack now.
Since I've used one of my daggers, I have another dagger that I pull out and I try to stab for the head of the snake since it's already bitten onto me. Is it still holding on, or does
No,
it
it's just like it bite and pulled back.
Okay. Can I make another swing at the snake so that it doesn't try and...
Yeah. You still have the first dagger that you stabbed it with.
Oh, okay. Well, then
Yeah.
I'll use that same dagger
Cool.
and maybe try and threaten it, and it will realize that I'll mess it up.
All right. Give me another d20 plus 1
Okay.
with your magic dagger. Ooh. You slash at it and stab at it, but its thick hide is too thick for you to deal with. The rest of the party gathers round, hearing the cries of little Rufus. What do you all do?
I attempt to so the boa constrictor, it's not wrapped around Rufus, right? It's just like
It had tried to wrap around Rufus, but he pulled out just in time.
so it's like I could potentially decapitate it
Yes.
or cut it in half.
Yes.
I make a mighty battle roar, and do I need to roll initiative?
No, you guys just act last in the round.
Okay.
But you do need to give us an example of your mighty battle roar.
Well, it kind of sounds a little bit like a moo at the same time, but to me it sounds like a mighty battle roar. So it's like like that.
All
I'm
right.
terrified by this noise. Everything is
Yeah.
happening so fast.
Yeah. I would be terrified too. And let's see. So I'm +4 to hit, and I take a slash at it.
Hit!
Haha!
Your halberd cuts deeply, I hope, into the boa constrictor.
It's not a large
No,
creature.
it is a medium-sized creature. I mean, it's 15 feet long, but still medium-sized.
Right. And I hack it for 5 points of its life.
You do not cut all the way through it, but you hack deeply into its side. The boa constrictor writhes about in pain, turning its fanged face to face you. Trellis and Bruno, what do you guys do?
I grab out my Sapara and then I just go to slice its head off.
All right, I am timing my. I'm chanting something, and I'm timing my escalation of the word exactly at the time that Trellis attacks.
All right, Trellis, give me a roll to hit, please.
D20 +4, correct?
That sounds right. Hit! Roll me some damage, please.
Let's see.
Should be a d6 +1?
Yeah. Let's see.
6 points of damage.
As she strikes it, I chant my final word. Ha!
As the Sapar hits and Bruno goes, ha! The Sapar cuts through the rest of the neck of the snake, and it flops on the ground, writhing around for another minute or two, but clearly dead. Just the last acts of a dying nervous system.
I try to put it out of its misery if it needs that, and if not, I nod to it as a fallen comrade that knew not what it did. And then I ask, Captain, is there any value to the venom or body of the snake?
I believe the venom might come in handy. We should gather it up.
Is there venom to a boa constrictor?
I don't think boa constrictors have it.
They're
Maribel
constrictor.
doesn't know.
Yeah.
Well, then no.
You guys can spend some time hacking apart the creature's face, looking for its venom sacs, but you will find none.
Can we eat it?
Sure, yeah.
All right.
I'm looking at my wounds because I'm concerned how bad they are.
I grab it and I throw it to the crewmen. Dinner. Enjoy.
They look a little perturbed, but they gather the snake and try and create a small fire.
I say,
You guys are-
Captain, the wounds of small Rufus, are they dangerous?
They look to be a little bit. Rufus, how do you feel?
I squeeze a little of them to see if any pus is coming out. No, I'm not dead yet.
Just blood.
Just blood.
Okay. I call over the healer to place some herbs on her.
Okay. Ooh, yes, he can get to her within a
Unless we
single
have any
round.
ale, any drinking could definitely make the situation better.
Okay. You have the proper medicinal herbs on hand and a healer on hand who can get to her within a single round of her being injured, and so he can heal her for D3 points of damage. But only because he got to her within a round of being wounded. You gain 3 HP. No, you only took 2 damage, right?
I only took 2, yeah.
All right, you gain 2 back.
Okay.
Fantastic. And the rest of the day passes without any major events going through. Everybody except for Rufus gains 2 HP tonight. Rufus, you were in combat and had been bitten by a creature, so you don't gain any HP from resting. But everyone else gains 2 HP from you having a healer on hand.
Nice. I feel a tiny bit better
Yeah.
in regard to my entire well-being.
Is putting any herbs on my own wound from behind, is that going to help my leg at all? Because I know I lost quite a bit of HP.
Yeah, we won't deal with specific wounds in that way.
Okay.
So just 2 HP overall, and that just kind of it's a uniform healing.
So there's no point to waste herbs on myself at this point.
Well, the herbs are considered spent on you anyway for that 2 HP.
okay.
That the healer applies. And eventually the sun comes up. Mosquitoes are thick in the morning and thick in the evening. You're all covered in little red dots from where they bit you all over the place. And some of you might have gotten used to them to the point that you can just sleep through the mosquitoes. Other ones have had trouble sleeping as they buzz around your ears all night. But the morning's here. Did you just eat a mosquito, Rufus?
Just kind of like...
Yeah.
I'm just like flicking them off like a cow with my ear and with my tail.
I think that makes it the third or fourth day that I've tried to learn the spell.
Yes. Where are my notes? I think today is day 3. And today you do finish learning your spell. Look at that.
Oh, haha. Remind me, I can only learn spells out of this spell book, right?
Only spells that are written down that you have on hand.
Right.
Right.
So the ones that I know, but can I transcribe them into the book?
Do you have paper? Do you have a quill and ink? Do you have a way to write your spells down?
I'll check, but I'm leaning towards no.
Yeah.
If he doesn't, then does he ask us?
Not yet. I've been focusing on this other thing.
Okay.
But good news, I say as I wake up. Eureka! I've done it. I know how we can safely bypass this monster.
Ow!
Well, a magician can't give away all of his secrets.
You are not a magician, you are a wizard.
Same thing, same thing.
Are you a magician? If you are a magician, you have sorely deceived us.
It's the same thing. A magic user, a magician, a wizard.
You are
No, a
confused.
magician does fake tricks. They do mirages to the eyes. It's not the same. Do you have real magic?
Of course, I am a magician, one who performs magic.
I look at him skeptically.
Same.
What is this magic that you are going to perform to protect us?
Well, that is a wizard's secret.
A wizard, yes. So should we go in the pyramid now with your magic spell and my magic sword and Rufus's magic dagger? And the captain's magic dagger. Do we all have magic daggers?
I guess we do.
Captain's weapon's actually a knife.
Knife. Magic knife.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Because there's a huge difference between a knife and a dagger.
Just like there's a difference between a magician and a wizard, apparently.
Daggers do
There's definitely more
D4,
difference.
knives do D3, slightly different damage, slightly different weight.
Magicians cast magic, wizards cast magic.
Slightly
No,
different.
magicians pretend they have magic. That's the difference.
All right.
I think I ever heard that you did that earlier.
Okay, so your crew has gathered around. You're all ready. You're standing before the temple door. It is a large
from foot to
bronze
foot.
door with a handle on one side that is made out of what appears to be some sort of bone and wrapped with some sort of leather. As I said, the doors are big. The door is big in bronze with a set of hinges on one side, handle on the other, and markings in some language that I don't think any of you can read.
Now, Trellis, I'm afraid that in order to cast this spell effectively, I am going to need some of your eyelashes.
Why
do you
my
not want-
eyelashes?
Why do you not want my eyelashes?
Yours will do too. I'm not entirely sure since you're you're a half minotaur, but
You can take one of the crewmen's eyelashes.
well, you do want this spell to sometimes be cast on you, right?
I reluctantly take a couple little eyelashes from my eyes and I hand them to you.
Oh, thank you.
I wince a little as I do so because that kind of hurts, but I will not show pain.
Don't worry, Trellis, I'm sure. I'm sure this will be a very good exchange for you.
Bruno makes me very uncomfortable.
Do you say that to me aside? Or do you just observe that to yourself?
I think I say it just staring flatly, whether he hears it or not, but intended for everybody to know how I feel.
I nod flatly beside you and say, yes, he has started to have that effect. It is strange for someone to want someone else's eyelashes, no? I look at you for like approval.
Amongst other things that he's requested, yes.
Speaking of requests, now that I've finished the spell, do one of you happen to have any quills or ink so that I can write down what I remember from my old spell casting into this book?
Well, I have my drawing paper and pen, but they are very dear to me. This must be very important.
Oh, yes, I require them in order to perform magic.
How many square inches do you require of parchment?
None. I have a book. I just need the writing utensil.
Well, then certainly. I give him my writing utensil.
All right. So it'll probably take you a couple hours to write down your spells as you remember them. And we can just skip to midday today. There have been no signs of the lizard people that you guys have been able to see. Whether that's because they are hiding better or whether that's because they're not paying attention to you right now, you are uncertain of. Plenty of crew members, or a few of the crew members, have found slugs in the swamp nearby. They've, poked sticks in and pulled them out and found slugs on them, or dipped a hand in and found little tiny, not slugs, leeches on them and wiped them off. But it's very clear that this area is infested with leeches. Maybe that's what's keeping the lizard men at bay, someone offers up as an explanation. But the truth is unknown.
Good.
But the time has come for you guys to enter the pyramid. What is your marching order? Who is first in the door?
I fling open the door and stick my head in.
It is dark. There's a hallway leading forward. You can't see more than 15 feet without a light.
I go in right after her.
I asked Bruno, can you imbue my weapon with light, wizard?
Yes, but I believe that my spells are better suited to other things, because for light, we have this trivial matter. I kind of pat one of the sailors nearby, hand him one of the, he was the one that we gave a stick and goop action. All right, sailor, your job is to stand near that tough lady and give her light.
He nods.
There. Light cast. Oh, powerful magician. Bruno is
Well
saving
done.
his spells.
Magician.
Okay.
I just kind of look unimpressed.
Maribel, you walk down first. This sailor standing behind you, trying to shine this torch on either side of you. The hallway is not that big, maybe 5 feet wide at most. And
Marching
it goes...
order side also, I am somewhere in the 3/4 in the back of the group, using a torch as well.
Okay. The hallway, as I said, is not very wide, but it extends for maybe 30 feet into the temple, or into this hill that people claim is a pyramid. After 25 feet or so, the light being shed reveals a mass of bodies. You see a lizard man who's been ripped apart into multiple pieces that lies across the floor. There's blood stains on the ground, but the flesh itself is dried of any blood. Maybe it's been here a long time. Maybe something else.
I look at them. I glance down at my map. Do we look to be in the first big rectangle after the entrance?
That looks like maybe this is the start of it.
I go ahead and look on the corpses to see if there's anything to loot.
Okay. All right, you guys enter into this room. There is a large fountain with still water in it. There's no bubbling of the fountain. Can you all see that page now? Do you all see the map? Scroll up, maybe?
Yes.
Now I do.
All right.
Cool.
So this is more or less what you see. Oops, I should probably show chat. There we go.
Am I this one? The tall? Yeah, I can move it, so that's me,
You
huh?
are the one that you can move, and everyone should have a character. I think
I'm swimming.
someone's character is probably... Here we go. You're in the darkness.
And the green shirted guys are the
Yes.
pirates?
The green shirts are your fellow sailors. This guy's standing in a
Bruno
fountain
also
right
has
now.
a light on, if that helps in
Oh, here we
illuminating.
go.
Bruno lights a torch too. Where is Bruno hiding?
So is
Here we
this
go.
the room
Oh,
with
wow.
the dead bodies in it, or did we
Yes.
pass through those? Okay.
No, this is the room with the dead bodies in it.
Okay, and I go ahead and loot the corpses. I like just kind of rummage through every corpse that I see and just check the pockets and everything to see if there's anything useful.
There's not. The lizard men didn't have anything on them, and everything else is an ancient skeleton, thousands of years old, and there's no sign of fabric or possessions whatsoever.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
This room has a little dais at the front of it, where the sailor
Right
with
here?
light is about to be standing. Yes, right there.
Is there anything on it?
No, it's an empty dais.
Well, let us continue. Bruno, where does it say that we should go?
Well, as a bard, I have great curiosity for places that have not been traversed before. As I look to that door over on the left side,
Unopened door on the left, open door on the right.
well, the people who made the map did not go through this side, and I feel like this side has glory behind it.
What do you suppose this water is?
Water.
Do you suppose it has any properties that may be of use?
I don't think it's important enough for me to detect magic on that right now.
All right. Let's go.
All right. You guys open the door, and as you do so, a deep, musty smell rolls out of it. It seems like this door probably hasn't been opened in, God knows how long. Possibly ever. Possibly not since this whole area was undone. And you see a hallway before you. But before we venture down the hallway, why don't we take our first break and see what's down there on the other side? Bye-bye, everyone.
Awesome.